2/3 of the DOJ unit charged with defending Trump policies have now resigned. 69 of roughly 110 lawyers in the DOJ that defend these policies have left.
You know, a common theme for all the years Pap was doing this, we would always talk about these defense lawyers, mostly corporate defense lawyers, but also some of these government folks who they go into court every day and their argument is that, hey, my company should be allowed to kill these people, you know, they were expendable, or yeah, we've got these oppressive policies that are ruining people's lives, but that's a good thing. And then they go home. And these lawyers are sitting at the dinner table and they tell their kids, like, oh, I had a great day at work today. I stripped 10 million people of their citizenship. That's a good day for your dad or for your mom. That's great. And I always talked about, you know, these lawyers have a choice. They can walk away from this. You know, there's one thing it's really not too difficult for a lot of lawyers to do, which is find a new job. Oftentimes, especially going from being a government lawyer to a private practice lawyer, you're going to make more money too. And you're going to have more say over who gets to be your clients. But it never happened until now. So I genuinely applaud these, 69 lawyers that finally said, I can't do this. You're asking us to break the law. You're asking us to file, motions that are not accurate. You're all asking us to lie to judges. I can't do this anymore. So kudos to these folks for finally developing that moral compass where they said, I'm out. I'm done. I love it.
Well, and 10 of these folks were supervisors. There's only 23 supervisors in this unit, so roughly half of all the supervisors have left. These aren't just run-of-the-mill attorneys. These are attorneys supervising attorneys in arguments for the Supreme Court. I think that the lawsuits are finally catching up to the Trump administration. He hit fast and hard, and famously, lawyers are slow, and things take a while to percolate through the courts. So you have these resignations at a time when there are more lawsuits against the federal government than in our history, as well there should be, because of their actions not being constitutional or questionably constitutional at best. And you have the experienced ones resigning. You also have a compounding factor, and a lot of the replacements that are coming in are political appointees. These are not people who rose up based on merit. It is somebody that they have sought out and given a job. And as we've seen, his taste in lawyers is questionable at best.
See, that's what I was about to point out, and I love that because, again, he's not getting the good lawyers anymore. Trump is notoriously bad for just hiring what I've called the dumbest lawyers I've ever seen. I mean, look, I myself am not a lawyer, but I have worked in the legal industry for 21 years. I have never seen people as incompetent as the one, specifically Alina Habba, that Trump sends into court, making these gobbledygook arguments, getting themselves sanctioned like Alina Habba did for just making these patently wild, inaccurate statements. They also got sanctioned down in South Florida when he tried to sue Hillary Clinton, I believe it was. So he's bad at picking lawyers, and that's a good thing for this story. This is the one time where picking a bunch of, red hats is not a bad thing, because these people will have to go to court, and they're going to have to tell a judge, like, no, it's totally fine if we fire 80,000 people. Well, why? Because we had to fire 80,000 people, Judge. Those are going to be fun arguments, and I can't wait until it happens. Because we're going to have a lot of fun things to talk about, just going through their briefings. I mean, his Wall Street Journal lawsuit, the way this thing was written was almost like a child wrote it. One of the things they mentioned in the actual lawsuit filed in a federal court was Wall Street Journal said this was an exclusive, but then they published it and the world got to see, so that's not exclusive. They said that in the filing. I just, wow, I can't wait to see who he hires. This is going to be hilarious.
Well, and we're talking about his body count of bad lawyers. I think we have to mention Rudy Giuliani. I think we all forget that he exists,
yes.
But he is disbarred. He was disbarred for his actions after the 2020 election, and he's still alive. He made the news recently. Trump has created some citizens advisory committee to ICE and put Rudy Giuliani on
Lord.
it, and including some former campaign folks. So the body count of bad attorneys or attorneys who are no longer attorneys is fairly high for this administration.